parking spots for people. Put up a big sign, no bulk trash.
Yeah. Sounds like a
Call
plan.
1-800 got junk.
I mean, even if you don't live in front of the trash, it affects us all as a community.
Nobody wants to look at it.
Nobody does, not,
And it attracts them.
none of us want to know, or any of our, nor do we want to bring people over and have our friends look at them.
Okay, so you'll just look at it and get
Yes,
back to
I will look into it.
All right, we have to finish the budget.
Okay,
Okay,
next.
Well, no.
so I'm sorry, in review,
Who made the motion for the budget? I make a motion to accept the budget as presented.
About the roads.
I second the motion.
Call the vote.
I agree.
Oh, already one. Bruce, you calling the vote? Janet voted yes for the budget.
for the budget, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Mrs. Carlucci. Yes, Mr. Rubio. Yes,
Yes.
Mrs. Cook.
Yes.
Wendolyn.
Yes.
Bruce, for the budget.
Yes.
Okay. The next thing is, it seems like we have this has been a very agreeable meeting. I mean, this is a nice surprise over the last 4 years, but
You know,
Yes,
we
it
all
should-
live here, we all live here, and I don't know why we all can't get along. Forget about what happened 20 years ago. Let's go from this day at 5:30 forward.
well, it could be let go, but it doesn't seem it ever gets let go. This was a nice surprise this evening to have this not as
Let
controversial.
go by most people. It's happened, it's over. You can't stop what happened 20 years ago. It's done.
Well, I'm only talking a year ago or
Well,
2
it's
years
done
ago.
too, Tony. It's
Yeah.
done.
But you gotta use that knowledge from when it happened, why you bring stuff up.
Yeah.
All right, what's next on the,
I think that's it.
That's it.
Well,
That's it.
other
It's an
than
hour and a
other-
half.
Other issues?
Motion
The
to
pool
adjourn.
deck.
Parking lot.
Motion to adjourn pool deck.
Yeah, motion to adjourn.
No, the pool deck.
Well, you can keep discussing it, but the board's business, you could discuss it all night. But this is what's on the agenda.
Okay, I need to say something. How was the agenda? Did you ask Bruce when you wrote up this agenda?
No, I didn't
Did you
know.
ask Wendolyn? Why?
No, why?
They're board members. Why weren't they discussed about what's going to be on the agenda? Why did you take it upon yourself to write this agenda without asking them?
Because the history is I have to send certified letters. So if they wanted something on all they had to do was send a certified letter.
There was letters sent that they were board members.
Oh, there were?
Their emails sent.
Oh, email, no, can't do it. You know why? Because we get ignored with emails.
You might ignore emails.
Yeah. Well, Peg got ignored, I got ignored, begging to have board meetings. That's the way it works. You know, I had to ask the lawyer, what do we do? You know, more waste of money. You know what the lawyer said? You know what the lawyer said?
Attend the meeting. Okay, this is a community, and you're missing that whole point.
I'm missing the point.
Community, you discuss things. You just don't assume, just everything is your life. This is a community, so get over it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
why do you have
we
to
could
talk to them
discuss
about that?
your email to me.
Everything you say, you have an attitude
I don't want to hear
toward
your,
Tony.
I don't want to hear your
So-
shit.
I didn't ask you.
Hey,
Oh!
Not in my business.
See, this is why.
Have we had
Because you got people like that on your board.
We got people like that on our board. Oh my God, did you hear that, Helen?
Stir it up, Tony. Stir up the pot, Tony. That's all you know how to do.
Vinny,
You're the one who signed the email, your nightmare. Can you imagine sending an email to me?
If nothing is going to be done to the pool area,
It was done.
what was done?
It was done.
It's a beautiful repair.
Yeah, right. You're on your desk all the time.
Hey, excuse me, Grace.
Why has this been, have you dismissed the group?
I have not as of yet. We haven't gotten to other business. So we need to review other business, which gives each of the board members and people in the audience an opportunity to bring issues up.
Civilly.
Civilly, yes, thank you.
Sorry about the repair.
Is this open to us?
We've already talked about the bulk trash.
yeah.
I'd like to talk about the pool deck and the pool.
Good.
I don't know what's been done other than the patchwork around the pool. I don't know, since there's been no correspondence, whether or not anything has happened. So I'd like to have a discussion about it.
Discuss it.
Well, from my perspective, I think you received two proposals. One was higher, one was lower. I don't know what happened after that. Was the issue tabled? Was there any other movement on it? Should we be looking at it right now? Because it sounds like it's important to people here.
Well,
Bruce, we haven't had a meeting since we got those proposals because we didn't have two board members.
Okay.
And Janet's been sick and there's been only Tony and I through the hurricane season.
Okay.
Okay.
So we had our fingers crossed there wouldn't be an emergency and we don't think in full proposals.
Can we schedule another meeting then?
Yeah, can we schedule another meeting?
well, you know, now it's how much money? I think it's 50 whatever thousand. So, you know, it's the pool deck or the front entrance, you know, it's not.
That's what I had said earlier. We need to look at what our priorities are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
You need to
let's
see
look
what
All right, so let's have a
What
meeting
money
like in a
around.
month or something like
get our
that.
information
An
and get our
open
facts
meeting.
together. And, I mean, we can meet, I forget how many days notice you need.
Is it 30 days notice, Tony, before you have to tell?
No, 48 hours.
Oh.
Tony, can I ask you a question?
Tony,
Well,
some
let the
information.
board finish talking. It's not about asking me. Bruce is running the meeting. I'm just kind of getting ready because it's
Based
now.
on what you're saying, we obviously do not have enough information around what our next step needs to be and what our priorities are. So I suggest that we have another meeting where we talk about the pool deck and the pool, the front gate, and so forth. Figure out what our priorities are, what
And the
they're gonna
roadways.
cost, and see if we can afford it.
The parking lot and roadways are
Oh,
all
yeah.
cracked.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm
That's
guessing
fine.
with the paving, it would be up to each individual building to do their own paving.
No, what he's referring to, Bruce, to help you out, because I'm sure this stuff is not all in your mind and that there's nothing wrong with that. The common drive is shared by all of us. And per the Middle River Club condo docs, it has to be shared pay, you know. But in the past, to get money, you know, it's like an aggravation thing. So I don't want to really be bothered. You know, my time is, I can't afford to be aggravated any more than I have to deal with. So I did the driveway over 20 years ago. It was never this much aggravation, but each building must participate. So it's not really a Middle River Club decision. It's a River Shores decision, and then the two buildings would get billed. But if, you know, I could remember a couple of years back, I had a tree fell from River Terrace, and Tony had to get it removed. For $200, it was like a thing for 6 months. So River Shores really cannot do this, and the board is clear. It's not just Tony's opinion on this. So these projects have been held off. Like I said, that front entrance, soon as Northeast 16th Avenue would have been done immediately. The pool deck, we held off. I don't know if you know the history. You know, we had, or I had.
Assume that I don't.
Well,
Just assume.
when we had carpets at River Shores, so they were all molded. So at the same time we did the building there to do the flooring, like kind of what you have. I had Middle River Club done, and
Was
of course,
that in 2013?
yes.
Okay.
So what happened, of course, Tony, thinking, got a really good deal because we had all this work done at the same time. So when I do, you know, it's Middle River Club's included because we save money. It's like going to Costco. That's the example rather than Publix. So when these projects kept being held off because we were busy fighting over really nonsense, I said to the board, we got to get this done. And again, I think that was like a couple of years, Peg. Am I right? The ground floor.
Yeah.
So you see it was done, and that vendor is very difficult. He's a great guy, but he's difficult to get. Like, we agreed to everything in June. Well, you know, with no June or July, with no board, you know, it couldn't wait anymore. So
With the board in place, now I think we need to move forward.
well, but now I don't know if you're inclined to do a special assessment.
Well, I think.
You're saying you had to move forward, so that's why you did the patchwork? Because we weren't.
No,
we
the
didn't have a full
patchwork
board.
was done because the inspector came and put that on the thing, the report. So in order to appease him,
Sure.
it was done.
Okay.
Therefore, sure, the pool deck could have been done by now, but now is the wrong time. Why? What time of year are we in?
Right, we're getting close to hurricane, we just finished hurricane.
No, we're in the winter
It's high
season.
season,
where
it's
most of
high
the
season.
unit owners are
It's high
here.
season, I get that, okay,
So this is the wrong time to do it.
but then hurricane season's the
It's a
wrong
good
time to do it.
discuss
too.
it.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think that's it. That won't be a damage issue for the hurricane season, but this is now not the time to do it, because the pool
We
would have
did it
to.
in piecemeal.
What determines
We did one
the
half of
time?
the deck, and then
I'm
we did
curious,
another
what
half of the deck.
determines the time, because I know Coral Ridge did all their pools within 1 week, in the middle of the season.
So Coral Ridge has
And that was
$1
8 pools.
million dollars.
I don't know how long it will take him to do, because it's not just there, it's here too.
Is the money there for that work?
The front entrance or that, well, I think it was 29,000, so it could be squeezed in, yeah, I see it.
So-
It can be squeezed in.
Can someone contact him and say, I mean, that can be done, and I'd be more than happy to help watch it while I'm here for the winter.
You're talking about the original company he had in
He
2013.
did our floors and your floors also. Same company, Concrete Design.
Well, the only thing is, that wasn't on the agenda to do.
Well, put it on it.
Okay, when the next meeting?
The next meeting, a month from?
Yeah.
Oh, wait
Since-
a month, you lose a whole month.
Yeah.
Do it in a couple of weeks.
So why don't they get familiar, we'll speak, what your concerns are, and we'll, if I forget to do something, please remind me, because I do have a lot on my plate now. So I'm happy to provide you whatever information you need to make a decision.
Great.
But you also have the proposal Wendelin came up with, and you have the one I came up with. One is 85,000 and one is 29,000. So I don't understand, Wendelin, I'll ask you, how come it's such a big difference?
Well, number one, I'm not a contractor. All I did was call
Oh.
somebody and ask for a bid.
He just put it in.
So I have actually nothing to do with this, but he wrote very detailed
Well, I got detailed too.
stuff on his proposal, and
Yeah,
you saw
Janet
that
left,
he
by the
was,
way. Yeah, she just
what he was
left.
gonna do for his money, so I don't have any skin in the game.
No, I didn't say that, but I mean, that's a big difference, 55,000.
Sure,
So that's a problem. You see, that's why.
Is your company gonna
It's
redo?
final. It would be the last time you did anything to that pool deck.
It would,
That's ridiculous.
that's
It's
the
gonna cost you some money.
Wait a second, he was talking pavers.
Yeah.
So
I had permission to approach the board.
my experience with pavers are pavers have to be maintained.
No, we have them at home.
Hello?
I'd like to be recognized.
Marilyn, what would you like to add?
Oh, Dory, I'm in the middle of a meeting. Is this very important?
Is the work that was done this summer on the
Check,
project,
so
how
I'll
much
pay
did
the
that
fee and all
cost
that, I
us?
apologize.
Oh, all right, no problem. You're okay?
Oh, yeah, honey, oh, thank you.
All right. A blessed Christmas, a blessed Christmas, okay?
Okay.
All right,
That
take care,
Bye.
bye-bye.
was 9,000.
What does the patching cost?
I think $400.
$400?
But only time will tell if they
It cost $400.
I think.
All right, wait a minute, I'm not finished, I have a statement.
sealed, locks are sealed for the salt and everything else.
No,
So they've been laid on top?
I have a statement to make. I think that the River Shores Club needs to hire professional management. And I would like the board to consider that.
Polymetric sand in the middle. What is the wall?
It was in the original notes for possibly April of 2022. I read that too as well, that we were thinking about having a professional management company and starting in as of April.
That's my
I am
patio
certainly
at
willing to
home.
talk about.
Yeah,
I'm
30
sorry?
years.
I believe that was Tony being
It cracked
sarcastic.
and
No one knows.
I did
Well, I
that,
don't
that's
care
what
what
she's
you
talking
want.
about.
I'm
That's
just
what I
saying.
Right.
suggest.
I am willing,
It's
open
sealed.
and willing to discuss it at
Weather,
our next
salt.
meeting.
Yes, because it's not working the way it is now.
That
Again, we can
patio
call
cost me
different
9,000
management
bucks, so
companies.
her
I
number isn't
don't
out
know
of whack for
the
everything we're
scope
gonna do
of
here.
all of
And it's
what
final.
Mill
Actually,
River
we're
is in
back to-
charge
I
of.
think it's too
You
soon,
spent some money.
too soon for us to do an Andy.
No, I don't understand.
Gwendolyn and I actually need
get
to
it.
meet with the rest of the board.
Excuse me, the meeting isn't over. Why is all this talking going on?
Well, the board's agenda is really, I'm just getting
When
ready
you're
to
a member
go.
of the board, why don't you sit down and let them dismiss us?
Like a community.
Well,
We're supposed to be.
because I thought we were gonna get together over and go over what you need to go
Would you
over.
have-
We
to
are,
finish
we
the
are,
meeting.
we are. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, why are you making up the agenda?
Any other
The
new
meeting's
business?
not over.
Any other new business? We're talking about a management company, we're talking about the pool surfacing, we're talking, any other new
Yes,
business?
the
Oh,
road
the
work,
roads,
the road-
okay, the
roads.
roads.
And the sidewalks, which have cracks all over them and are very dangerous.
Roads,
What
sidewalks,
sidewalks are you talking about?
pool, and,
We have sidewalks all over the place. In our area, we have a number of serious cracks.
But wouldn't,
But
Where's the
that's still Middle
sidewalks?
River, because
Right.
it entails, yeah, it still is Middle River.
okay. John?
Bruce, if I could suggest that in your next meeting, you suggested prioritizing what money there is and where you would do it.
Yep.
I would like to keep the landscaping discussion on the agendas so that you guys can move further in one direction or another. If Tony finds a person who will do this for $25,000, you guys have to discuss whether you want signage anymore.
Right.
You guys have to discuss who's gonna do the job, the permitting, et cetera, et cetera. Obviously, you've heard my point of view about it.
Yes.
But I think you guys have to have a further discussion about exactly how
Yes.
that's gonna happen.
I agree.
And when.
Thanks.
You know.
Denny?
Can you also find out, the work that was done above the sauna, that roof above the sauna?
Yeah.
It's all rusted. Now, that was only done, I think it was maybe a year or less than that.
Less
I
than
can
that.
see it from my patio. It's all rusted, so somebody should really look into whoever did it. If there's a guarantee on that, it should be looked at.
that's roofing, it's a roofing?
The roof on the sauna. I have a picture of it if you need it. I can forward to.
Ian got it going.
Okay, is there anything
And
else that someone?
Just one other
Yeah.
thing. I think somebody from the board needs to walk around this facility. The bushes, you can't even walk by the gas grills without being scraped with bushes. What is landscaping doing? Doesn't anybody look to see what kind of job they're doing? These bushes need to be trimmed. It doesn't need to look like this.
I mean,
No,
if
you're
if
suggesting
you'd like
someone
to,
pay attention.
if you wanna make a list of areas specifically that you think.
We're
Well, I
happy to walk the
landscaper-
property.
I have pictures of them. I walk the property quite a
Yeah, be
bit.
specific. I mean, I don't walk the property completely, but if you wanna write out a list and
Sure.
take some pictures, send them to
I'll
us,
be happy to.
that'd be great.
I had something too, now that you just reminded me, I just wanted to ask Barbara, the dock is damaged in a few areas, there are some cracks and weird stuff going on with the dock. I'm unfamiliar with how to repair or how
Well,
to.
wait a second, be more specific. There's a crack in the board?
If you go for a walk on the dock, there are some that are broken, some that are cracked, some that are.
But Steve repaired those.
That's what I think. Yeah, because Steve,
I'll
unless there's a
have you- I'll
specific
have you-
one he didn't
He
get.
did two. I don't think he did the one further like down River Bend. There was a little dinghy over there, and I think that pulled off some of the boards. And I don't think that one was ever looked at.
He had trouble finding those boards in
Okay.
that color.
Yeah.
So he had, I think, two or some, I don't know, but
Okay.
When we do a walk around, we'll look at the dock and see, but thank you for letting me know that Steve repaired it.
yeah,
as much
well,
as-
he repaired something recently, but he had trouble with the board, because he did not have them.
Okay.
The color.
Got it.
Fixed all the benches
John?
with what was
If I
left
could
over.
point out.
Yes.
A little darker, but it's fine.
If you're doing a dock walkage, a few years ago, I witnessed a dog owner whose dog leash got caught around a pole and it yanked the pole to the ground. The solution was the pole was removed, so now we're one light short over opposite Bristol. There's the one pole that's completely missing. I don't know if you can replace it without, it's very hard to match. We obviously have very old, lights out there. So I'm not suggesting a replacement of all the lights, but it just means we have one less light on the dock. and
It's a
that's been
light
for years
pole?
now. What?
There's a light pole?
Light pole. Dog owner, dog got wrapped around, it yanked the pole to the ground, I witnessed it. And then it was just removed as a solution, and that was it. And the other thing, it's very minor, and I know people aren't using this at night much, but what happened to the top to the missing light fixture on the shuffleboard? I know those are like originals, but
Yeah, they're
is the thing
original. We
gone or
couldn't
can it be
find
repaired?
one to match it, and I think the storm got it, if I
Okay.
remember what Steve said.
Okay.
So
How
just
else
getting
was it
back to
fun?
the lights, just
Yeah.
for a second,
Yeah.
this was a topic of conversation prior.
Right.
Those lights really need to be removed from where they are. They should be put on the pilings with the proper electric for the boats. And again, it's bringing up the past. It was a whole aggravation issue.
You talking about shuffleboard?
No, we're talking about the lights along the
light.
dock.
Thank you.
So John,
Sorry.
I actually looked into getting the exact same type lights that were there. I couldn't find
Yeah,
anybody.
you talking about the shuffleboard or the?
Yes,
Yeah.
shuffleboard lights.
Yeah,
I
and
couldn't
I didn't
find
know if those tops could be replaced, I don't know, I'm just
Yeah.
asking the
No.
question, because one of them.
Whether they can or not, I couldn't find anything to